No, isn't that so cool? Can you see that, Kim?
Yes, I see it.
Is it better?
Awesome.
Okay.
So wait a few more minutes? Or?
No, you can.
Sorry? All right. I have a gavel. I'm used to having a gavel. All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is my first night standing in. I have some big shoes to fill in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill in the same shoes that Lynn does, but you have to put up with me tonight. You don't have such a pretty face to look at, so I'm here this evening. So welcome to CPSA, or CSTA, I should say Southern New Jersey chapter, and I guess we'll start the slide presentation. So I guess our first order of business is to review and approve the minutes for January 11th meeting. I did, just so you guys know, I did place a copy of the agenda on the table, so if you guys need more copies, there's some over here as well. Get them in case you guys need some more. We got that thing over there, right? Get a copy of the agenda, so this way you guys can follow along. Check. Wonderful. So, do we have the minutes? Does anyone have to look at them?
I emailed them out,
Michelle emailed, it's kind enough to write up the minutes and email them out.
but it was fairly recent.
Do you want to take a look at them, or?
I can
Check them up?
pull them up here really quick.
That'd be great, thank you, I'm sorry.
You definitely don't want to,
There's a white up 17 on the bottom. They're right there. Nice. Grab one.
this one?
You got it.
Okay.
Cool, awesome. So you guys want to take a look over these and see if we can get a motion to approve the minutes from, okay, I spelled my name wrong, so therefore I can't approve them, right?
Just fix it.
Thank goodness for technology, right? Back in my day, we had these typewriters and whiteout. Okay. Yeah, I might as well get it, let me know. Going too quick, guys. Okay, future meeting dates, March 8th, this is tonight, May 10th, and summer will be determined, to be determined. We adjourn at 7:30. Anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes? Thank you, Marianne. Second. Thank you very much. Okay, meeting minutes are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott.
Then just go back and to present that page present button over by the pink thing.
Yeah.
Yep, where's this present? With the arrow, there you go.
You mean the thing that says present?
You can't have everything, you know.
Do we have any new members tonight? Do we need to introduce any new members?
I
No?
see some faces that I maybe haven't seen before.
But we're saving them for later because I think they are.
Oh, okay.
They have a very special presentation to make.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep you guys in suspense. Okay, I'm not being rude. Okay. So anyone who hasn't signed up, if you're listening out there, out in Cyberland, please make sure you sign up, and we welcome your memberships. There's handouts for membership, and then online, and you can learn more any of these links. The website, this will be also available online, right, for someone?
This is all on our website.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so keeping current, keeping in touch. There are some links, our website, full URL, Facebook page, Google Plus community, and Twitter. So if you want to keep in touch, these are also available, I believe, on our website. And I think this presentation sent out to everyone as well?
Yep.
I think we sent it out earlier today.
Well, I don't know if the presentation was.
Oh, sorry, we
sent
sent out the agenda, but we did not.
But I
But this will be available
right
for
now
everyone
on social media.
Okay, awesome. Cool. All right, on to the next shout outs. We have a lot of shout outs. And Demetrios, you're going to be up in a little bit, but a big shout out for StockHack. And for everyone who was involved with StockHack, Demetrios, you spearheaded that. And hi, welcome. Nice to see you.
You too. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no worries. We won't give you attention. That's only during between the hours of 7 and 2. So great article in the Pennsylvania City. Great article in Shore News. Is that Shore News today? Current, I think. And Dawn Watkins did. She did a presentation on an article in Youth Empowerment Summit for Girls.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, such a great event and such great publicity. I'm looking forward to the next one. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit.
We actually attached the PDF that you sent us in case anybody's interested in looking at what that's about. And
yes, Youth Empowerment Summit for Girls, March 11th. That's right around the corner. It's next weekend.
yeah,
Right.
this weekend.
This coming weekend. Yes. And where is that? In Cumberland County. So if anyone is interested, this is also available from the presentation, and you can also contact Dawn Watkins. I'm sure you can Google it as well. Any questions so far? That's awesome. So 3 EHT high school students, female computer science students, were named the NCWIT Aspirations in Computing Greater Philadelphia Regional Winners and Runners. So it's really cool. It was amazing to see some of these presentations, but I'm gonna leave the details to Demetrios because honestly, he's the force behind the whole.
Do you have the names on
Do you have the names or? I think like Sarah.
You know?
Sarah Thumb was one of the students, I think.
Sarah Funk.
And
She was a winner in soccer.
she was a winner at StockHack, yes. I don't know who the other female computer science students. I have to find out who that is. I should know because it's my high school. Any other shout outs? Feel free to shout out. Anyone want to brag a little bit? We're gonna say believe me, we have a whole slide for you, Demetrios.
Sure.
All right.
The winners,
I'm sorry.
the grant winners, we had Sean McCall,
Sean McCall.
Kevin Durano.
Kevin Durana.
Yeah, and James Gerard.
James Gerard.
He's from EHT?
No, they were from Stockton and Drexel.
Stockton and Drexel. One gentleman from Drexel, I'm sorry. From Drexel, was an EHT graduate.
Okay.
So, there's some professional development resources in the event. These are some websites and links that you might find useful. Your Science Teachers Association, Job Board, the Southern Regional Institute of Technology, Educational Technology Training Center, is that correct? Calendar. Summer Conference, all this will be available as well on the website, and these are some helpful links that you want to further your professional development, either currently or this coming year or throughout the summer. More upcoming events. CSTA National News, websites here for computerscienceteachers.org. The annual conference is July 7th through 9th, 2017. That's in Baltimore, I believe. Anyone here going, Michelle?
I'll probably go.
I'm gonna go. God bless you. I wish I had the time to go. My wife would kill me if it didn't take up any more time. Away from home. Okay, and all 3 New Jersey CSTA chapters are coordinating our New Jersey Regional volunteers. So if anyone is interested in volunteering, please let someone know as soon as possible. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. No, welcome.
Going from a bit of a distance.
No problem. Grab a seat, grab some pizza. There's
Okay.
tons of stuff here.
Who do we let know if we are interested? That's gonna go.
I would say you could let either myself know, Lynn know, Adam know, Michelle,
Okay.
anyone, basically send an email.
Okay.
That'd be wonderful. I'm sure it'd be a good time as well. Okay, and this is AP Professional Development for Computer Science Principals at Harvard University at June 23rd to 25th, or July 14th through July 16th. Drexel University is doing their Rethink project this summer. Application deadline is March 31st. I believe Adam did this last year. Is that correct? Adam did the Rethink last
I
year?
think so.
And he said it was phenomenal.
He went to the PACE thing, I know that he went to the PACE thing, I don't know, I think we did this too.
I think he said it was wonderful. I think we had a really, if this is what I'm thinking of, I think it was a really good time. I think it was a week-long event over at Drexel University. And then there are many more computer science professional development offered through the College of New Jersey Center of Excellence in STEM. So there's a link from those opportunities as well. So this is a very valuable presentation. Once it's available to you, you can always use it as a resource. Okay, we have an update. Is Hannah soon?
I am,
Yeah,
yes.
there you
For
are.
now,
Yes, you'd like to give us an update on coding
I have a
collaboration?
PowerPoint,
You do? Sure.
yes,
Plug it
if you want to see it.
in. Sure, absolutely.
It's gotta be
You can
plugged
plug
in
it
over
over
there.
here.
You're gonna have to help me with this one, I guess.
Hi, Joan. How are you?
You want the little clicker to click this?
Yeah, just fix it all by yourself.
There's quite a few things on there, so I'm hoping that that's uploaded. It's like last minute. It's done. Kind of thing. There it is.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah. And then what is it, this one?
Oh, yeah, we'll have to,
Right to the right?
Okay, so the microphone behind you over there, and then we go right.
Person?
Just, if you just stand here,
And you
talk
talk
in
that
that
way.
direction, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lean you back.
Michelle.
Pardon?
Maybe help.
Hit that 5.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Karen.
I'm Sharon Simmons. And it's nice to be with you finally. I've been missing all of our meetings this year because I've either had parent conferences or something else scheduled. I'm a 4th grade teacher and I teach at Rick Avenue School in Millville, New Jersey. And my affiliation with Stockton is through the NAEP program. I'm a graduate. I just graduated this past May. And in fact, you actually don't see your going. So anyhow, I became involved with Dr. Ackerman and her global coding project, and also you wonderful people through the NAEP program, and met Dr. Jackie Chetty from University of Johannesburg a year ago when she came to visit us. And so as a result of her visit here, I was lucky enough to have her come visit my classroom. And this is a picture of my classroom. And Dr. Chetty came into my class and taught my students how to use Scratch. Now, I hadn't really done a lot with coding myself, wasn't super comfortable with coding, but I tried with code.org, and helping my students kind of learn along with me. In fact, they would teach me a little bit more than I knew, but we had a lot of fun with Dr. Chetty, and she came in and taught some lessons and taught them how to create games. And since then, we've kept in touch. And when she left and went home, she connected me with a teacher, Sally Govender, and she is actually a resident of Johannesburg in South Africa, and she teaches at a private school, Auckland Park Preparatory School, and she teaches 4th grade. She works with industrial arts like sewing and cooking and whatnot, and so she wasn't really that familiar with technology, the use of technology in first, like in terms of computer technology, So she and I were connected through Dr. Chetty, and we started talking to one another, and we decided that we would try to collaborate with our students, create like an e-PAL situation between them. So that started back in September. And we decided, since she wasn't too familiar with Google Classroom or Google, and they didn't have any Google account set up, that we decided to use Edmodo as our place to visit. And so she connected with her computer teacher, and they set up an account in Edmodo and started created a Global Fours community for our students, and everybody joined. And since then, the students have been collaborating, and they started talking to one another and had a lot of fun. And it was enjoyable. It was fun to watch them get excited. And the parents, I told the parents about it too, and they were excited about the opportunities that their students would have, or their children would have with connecting with students, other students, fourth graders from across the globe. So you can see some examples of how they chatted back and forth with one another in Edmodo. And to begin, to start out, Sally wanted her students to write letters to my students. So they wrote letters, typed them up, and then uploaded them into Edmodo, and then my students were able to download and print them out, read them, and then responded back to them. So it was fun. And then her students also created visual slides with text evidence or text support to kind of explain to my students what their land was like, the beauty of their land, where they like to visit, where they like to travel. So my students really enjoyed that, seeing those brochures as well. In turn, my students not only wrote letters back to her students, but I don't know if you're all familiar with Padlet. Most of you probably are. It's like an online bulletin board. So my students, I thought maybe it would be really interesting for them to create a Thanksgiving project to kind of teach Sally's students about our traditions and how our Thanksgiving started in our country. So we had to do a little bit of research. And in addition to that, they also had to add some of the things that my students like to do, some of the foods they like to eat, some of the places they like to visit. They also showed some pictures, images, and supported that with some sentences about America, about New Jersey. And so that was exciting. And then they put that in Padlet. So Sally's students could open the Padlets on their end. That took a little testing out, but it worked out just fine, and her students really loved it. We continued our contact through Edmodo. The challenges that we faced was the time frame, because her students, her schedule, they were like 7 hours ahead of us. So none of our collaboration or communication was in real time. However, we managed, and we were able to overcome some of the challenges. They're on summer break. Actually, they're just coming back from summer break now. So they started on summer break in December. They were done with their school year, beginning of December. And so we decided that we would catch up with one another once they got back from holiday. So in the meantime, to continue with the STEM coding theme in my class, we have been working with, we participated in the code.org for Code Day. We've been collaborating with a special ed class in my school, the self-contained special ed, and we meet once a week and we develop some activities, STEM-based activities, unplugged, so to speak. Not all technology has to be used with the computer. So we've combined kind of a little bit of both. Done some STEM hands-on activities where we're working with experimentation, learning about the scientific process. And in turn, my students are very tech savvy because I was fortunate enough to go through the MATE program here, so now I'm very comfortable with integrating technology into my instruction. So my students have sort of been like a train-the-trainer scenario where I train them how to use a tool like Padlet or e-maze for reporting, and then they turn around and they'll train the special ed students, and the special ed students love it, just love it. And it keeps them engaged, and it's fun. But as you can see, we have some hands-on activities too. We're working with non-Newtonian fluids, Bublik. Anybody here ever created Bublik? A lot of other kids love it. Some cultural activities with origami, and the famous noodle, the spaghetti, and the marshmallow, where they're building towers and whatnot. So that's what you're looking at. And it's hard to believe that it's been a year since Dr. Teddy has been here. We're going to continue. We actually do keep in touch. And my vision for the future is to continue with my contact as Sally and her class returns from summer break and gets back into their new school year. But I would also kind of like to try to extend this collaboration and maybe try to reach out to maybe classes from different countries so that we can expand our global collaboration. So that's my hope and dream for the future. So I'll keep you updated on what happens after Sally returns in her class, but she's got a new set of students now. So we're going to try to connect again and maybe share some ideas. Get some ideas from them, because I know they also do some activities split stream now. Science, technology, research, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So, right? It's a mouthful. So that's what I have to share. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
That's fantastic.
Wonderful, thank you, Karen. That's great. You can grab that.
I wanna eject your thing.
Yeah,
And
you
then
want to
I'll
eject
upload
it?
it.
Great.
I don't wanna eject the
Okay.
wrong one though.
Yeah, so just click on the little one.
This one?
It's the one that's labeled E.
Eject mass storage.
Yeah, oh, down one,
That's it.
right there.
The one, click where it says mass storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for safety related.
I don't see it.
Oh.
We've gotta close out of this, sorry. I had that open. I'm not getting the notification, eh? Okay, it came up, I thought I saw it flash for a second.
I don't think it says anything after that.
See.
It doesn't on my
Normally,
computer, it doesn't say anything.
are you should be able to pull it?
I don't think it does anything really to it, if you just pull it out.
Yes, it does.
It does?
Is that the only copy you have of that data?
No, it's my husband's, so,
Wanna wait, can we shut down?
yes.
Okay, yeah, one of
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah,
if
I
it's in there.
don't forget about those.
I-
We have 4 lines.
I'll get in big trouble if I do.
All right, good, all right.
Yeah.
This is the next slide.
There's the next one, thank you, awesome. Thank you. That was great, Karen. Thank you
Oh,
for sharing
yeah.
some of that.
You're welcome.
Really neat.
When their
And
school year starts.
Their school year started, mid-February. So they go throughout the summertime. So it's interesting, and it's great for my students too, because you know what happened with them? They realized how much they had in common with one another. That was the fun part of it all, like, to see them. Like, they like Taylor Swift. I couldn't say.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they're just like you are. They just live in a different part of the world. So
That's
it's
awesome.
great to kind of open up and say that, you know, we live in America, but
Right.
there's a big world out
What a
there.
great
So
experience for those students.
yeah, it has been.
Really awesome.
It has been. So
Yes,
it's fun. And I'm glad that I feel fortunate to have the opportunity to do this.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
I'm trying to expand and bring my colleagues in. They're not completely comfortable with everything yet, with the technology aspect. I'm trying to talk them into it. I'm trying to push it.
This is,
I know, I saw this.
they're listening online right now, I mean.
Exactly, right?
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, right.
That's okay, you know, when I have a new student from China, she's Mandarin, so she speaks a little bit of a different language than the Korean students, right? But that's been challenging, because she doesn't speak any English, so she just came to me about 3 weeks ago. Thankfully, I have another little girl in my class who speaks Mandarin. She just so happens to speak Mandarin, so she translates a little bit for me, but I've been trying to figure out ways. So this is the great part about using technology. Am I kind of overstepping my bounds right now? Are you guys don't mind?
No.
Speak loudly.
Well, I use
Speak loudly
Google
and speak
Translate, which I know that there are some things I've been told don't translate it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You need to worry about it, right? I think, from what I've heard. But the neat part is I try to, like, you know, you have to be very visual. You have to connect the visuals with the language. And so I use Google Slides, and I have her put images in Google Slides, and then I have her maybe like just put some words in there. So we're using e-maze this year. I'm using e-maze to build math vocabulary for my students. So I'm trying to teach cross curriculum, so we're writing during math, and they have to put the words in, they have to define the words. We're using tools like Golanamy to create like digital stories about some of the vocabulary that we're using. So I'm trying that with the school world too. And it's just very challenging. It's fun. Keeps them busy.
Well, the good thing about having technology, it's almost like another language that you can actually communicate with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's amazing how fast kids adapt to it. Like my daughter is 16 months old and she's already like, iPad, like
Skipping ads on YouTube.
crazy.
Isn't
But
that
not yet.
amazing? I know.
She's not that advanced
She's
yet,
trying to give her too
but
much.
she will be. Actually, she's very interested in the NATE program.
Oh,
Well.
good.
So you're gonna be here next 4 years. You're gonna
Oh,
stay in
you're
that
youngest
another 20
graduate
years.
I can wait.
Yeah, start your house.
Go.com.
Oh, geez, well, thank you. Well, Chung, would you like to speak a little bit about the NATE program? I mean, I'm a proud graduate of the program as well. I think a lot of us are here.
Yes.
And what a great program it was and is. So
Yes,
without further ado, thank you, Chung.
now the Master of Art in Instructional Technology, which is we call NATE. It's a totally online program now since last fall semester. And since it's a totally online program, we are having online open house. So the last Monday of each month will be an open house to 7 Eastern time. So anybody can join. Basically, it's something like this. I mean, it's not me. But
It will be.
yeah. And using the one I'm going to use is June. I like June. Using June, we'll have this kind of online things. Yeah. Alums, there will be a student, current student, and there will be me, and then people talking about what is this MAIT program. So you can talk, alums and students can talk more about MAIT program. So if anybody interested in this NATE program and you want to know what exactly it is, you can come to this online open house. So email, how to register, email me at leej@stockton.edu and then I'll give you the link. At this point, I'm a little nervous about just making openly.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
so email me and then I'll give you the video link. Please spread out.
You said you're gonna use Zoom?
Zoom.us. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And if anyone has friends who might be interested in what is a great program, and especially it's all being online now, it's so much more convenient for many people. So thank you, Sean. Appreciate that.
Quick question, what is the basic requirement to be part of this program? Bachelor's degree or
You need
Master's degree.
Yes.
Bachelor's degree,
okay.
yes.
good question.
Bachelor's degree and with GPA 3.0, there's no GRE, no MAT.
Okay.
Man, I got in the wrong time. I had to do it. Now that's my time, man. Jeez. Should we get it to you? All right, so back to some notes, and I'm actually just going to read off the screen a little bit because I just got the presentation not long ago myself and had a chance to visit teaching all day. So we do believe that Computer Science Teachers Association of New Jersey will play a very active role in helping ensure all students in New Jersey have the opportunity to take computer science classes. So this will include assisting and encouraging teachers who are new to computer science education. We hope to promote a culture of collaboration and sharing that will benefit both the teachers and the students. So we hope that you guys will be able to join this effort. Communications, we would use this Google group. I think a lot of you guys are already involved with the Google group. and have access to that. And if not, I'm sure you can send the link right to invite you. The website, computer science, www.CSTA-NJ.org, Facebook, CSTA-NJ, and Twitter. Plugs for all these social media outlets, right?
Well, different people like different.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Well, now the hot stuff is, I just found this out, Snapchat's more little kids use it.
Yeah, they like that.
I haven't used it, so my kids are using it
I
at school.
think Snapchat is not for us, but it just
Yeah, it's,
goes away so quickly, that I don't think it's.
Right,
Alright.
what's posted on Snapchat goes away.
It goes away so quickly that I don't think it's.
Oh, so if you are following a lot of people, you have an
Yeah,
active news feed, you might not even see it.
yeah, I have trouble posting my own.
I haven't gotten that advanced yet, so I do apologize.
Cause I can't manage it through Hootsuite, so forget it.
Alright, so each chapter might have additional lines of communication, but there are various chapters meeting. Northern and Central New Jersey groups were having shared meetings this year. So the schedule will be released shortly, and hopefully we'll have a presentation by the FBI in the fall, which will be awesome. Southern New Jersey chapter meets the second Wednesday of every odd month at Stockton. So our next meeting will be May 10th, I think. Correct? May 10th, yes. Okay. And the steering committee, so they're forming a steering committee for the Computer Science Teachers Association of New Jersey for all three chapters to coordinate the efforts of all three chapters, Central New Jersey, Northern New Jersey, and Southern New Jersey. And then we also have our subcommittees. I believe last time we met, we broke up into our subcommittees. So we have our standards, our half-year computer science curriculum, teacher training, mentoring, advocacy, recruiting, communications, and student activities. So we would like to support these subcommittees and the collaboration committee as well.
Actually, if you go back one,
Yes.
the only subcommittee that met last time was the student activities, or was there another one?
I think it was a meeting beforehand, maybe it was in the
Yeah.
fall where we met. We broke up into three different subcommittees. We had stock pack.
That's
and then we
right.
had, but last time I don't even think we broke up. I think we kind of adjourned and then
We adjourned and then we did a student activity for the competition.
that's what, okay.
It's
Cool.
not bad.
Excellent, thank you, Michelle. Okay, and new initiative, but we had a phone conference, public phone conference actually with Daryl Dietrich. Some of you guys have met Daryl. I think we went to Google. He's from Northern New Jersey chapter, and he's a high school computer science teacher in Warren Hills and the chair for computer science in New Jersey. And a couple topics we discussed: legislative updates and Computer Science Teachers Association New Initiative. They were discussed during our meeting. How many people were in those events or in those, and then Michelle was. We had a couple Sunday afternoons actually. It's pretty hard to make some of those, right?
Yeah.
But we got a lot accomplished, right? I mean, well, Derek actually got a lot accomplished. There's also a Computer Science Summit, and this is most likely sometime in April. It's not yet finalized, so when there are more details, I'm sure they'll be available. And as far as attendees, educators, administrators, and legislators will probably be attending. The current state of computer science and education in New Jersey and the need for continual progress of computer science in education and building legislation to encourage the school districts and the Department of Education to embrace the need for computer science in the educational system and the K-12 system. Okay, so here's some legislation. I'm not going to read over all this, but I will read over some of the important stuff. It looks like A3870 passed the Assembly Education Committee on February 13th by a 10-0 vote, and this basically creates a computer science teaching endorsement. So there will now be hopefully there'll be a computer science teaching endorsement. This is introduced by in both the state and Senate and Assembly. So
this one was passed by the Assembly, then it's got to go to the Senate.
still has to go to the Senate, yeah. And the Senate has to approve it, and then the governor has to put the final.
Yeah, I just spoke with Chris Brown's office last week.
Awesome.
They called me So I sent
Did you
letters.
speak to Michelle?
No, this.
Oh, Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, cool.
He
He's
just called.
great, he's awesome.
He called and he said, we've got this one and we've got the other one. Then said it, we'll have to go to the assembly. And they're both still live and active and they're being actively worked on.
Excellent.
So those are good signs.
Great signs. We have some momentum behind them, and to have support from our legislators here in southern New Jersey is even better.
Yes, 'cause
Yeah.
I contacted Bobiondo too, and he sent it on there, and they contacted me. So that was really nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Lobiano is going to be, he's federal, so, but he can still have a little bit.
I contacted them all.
Awesome.
I literally used to send it
We
out.
can also contact Senator Connors, he's in my district. So we can contact them, and with Assemblyman Brian Rumpf and the Assemblywoman Diane Go. They would probably help us out on that. I think they're your district as well. Yeah, Puerto Republic. So it's amazing how the districts are broken up. They're Galway and Puerto Republic. So some good stuff happening. Also, when did this slide come up? There's a new slide.
Oh, no, you had too much on the one slide.
The work of PowerPoint. Well, then have too much on one slide.
So I just split it.
So the consensus is that we need more parents and companies to help support these bills. So if you can contact your local legislators and just let them know that these bills are in motion and that you are a supporter and of computer science, feel there is a need in the educational system to help support the job growth and actually the lack of employment now right here, especially in Atlantic County, right? The lack of jobs. And to commend it too, if we can educate our students to not be afraid of computer science at a young age and to bring them through the system. Hopefully we'll have a stronger workforce in the future. So this is very important. So if you can contact your legislators, please do so. Okay. Let's see. And this is also from Daryl Dietrich. This was just sent out this morning, I think. I added this last minute. So I guess Thursday, March 9th. That's tomorrow. Wow. There's going to be another virtual meeting. So if anyone's interested in attending this meeting to learn more about the current state of legislation, the teaching endorsement, computer science in high school, and the graduation requirement, how you might be able to help out with this legislation, any contacts you have with your representatives or with the up-and-coming gubernatorial candidates. I know this is going to take this election, but we'll find out sooner than later, I guess, right, in November. And if you're interested in providing a professional development, please, this presentation will be sent to you so you can access the Google form.
Yeah, I've already pushed it out through all the.
Oh, you pushed it out already?
medias,
Okay,
And the
great.
presentation's already up on our
So
website.
if you are interested, please access that Google form and feel free to join tomorrow evening. Yes.
Quick question.
Hopefully I have an answer.
As far as the teaching endorsement, what
Yeah.
does that mean to those that are already teaching computer science?
I don't know because I don't work for the Department of Education, but I would imagine people should, I know in the past people who teach woodshop who don't have an engineering endorsement or the new endorsement for woodshop are most likely grandfathered in. I would assume that would be the case, but please don't quote me because I don't work, I'm just a teacher. I don't work for the Department of Education, I don't write legislation.
So tomorrow night on the, I guess there's a group meeting tomorrow night
Yes,
concerning this.
yes.
People have more information then.
They might, and they would know more than I would know because they're heavily involved. Daryl Dietrich has been a driving force behind creating legislation to support computer science K through 12 and support an endorsement, support a requirement as a graduation requirement, and to have it integrated into the high school. So he would know a lot more. I'm sure the people working on this would know a lot more than I know. All right, so I hope that would help you out.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. And here we go. That's not last but not least. We still have a little bit left, but Demetrios, without further ado, let me, the man behind STAT. Thank you, Demetrios.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. I'm looking this way, but speaking this way, so it's kind of hard. But so I'm going to talk a little bit about STAT tonight and a little bit about the upcoming CSTA programming competition, which is going to take place on Friday. Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday during spring break. It's March 17th. So anyways, let me switch over to this PowerPoint here. And we'll look at STAT for a minute. I just want to put up here, this is the map of the event. We had utilized the C-Wing atrium area as well as the lower D-Wing computer labs. This is the map that we had given participants when they arrived at registration so that they could kind of, maneuver about the campus a little bit. And we called out certain zones that they shouldn't really hang out in and other things like that. So logistically, this was one of the ways that we kind of kept everybody in the centralized area and focused on working things. So the event itself was a technology innovation event. We did 3 tracks throughout the competition: a design track, a software track, and an innovation track, each of which had their own unique challenges. And tonight we're really fortunate to have one of our innovation track winning teams here, and they're going to talk a little bit about what it is they created at StockHack, and I think you're going to be really excited to see what they came up with. So in any event, just to recap real quick, as far as the design track was concerned, we're talking about things like mobile interfaces, in general user experience, and graphics design, right? So, what does an interface look like when you're using it on a device? How does it feel, right? And developing a look and feel that makes sense. So we had a track that was dedicated to that, and we had some student winners from Egg Harbor Township. Some high school students won this portion of the event. Then the software track is a number of application-style challenges, including applied science like forensics, cryptography, algorithms, and computation. And we had an Egg Harbor Township student win that component of the contest. So that was fantastic. Then for the innovation track, we had 2 local Stockton winning teams, one of which we were joined tonight by. And the innovation track was really for the development of an original project, an original idea that the groups would essentially think up, develop, and then implement within the 24-hour period that they had. So that being said, I would like to call up the Paro Tweeter group, and they're going to tell you a little bit about their application. So we are joined by Justin Weiss, Jeff Gibson, and Stephen Grice. Come on up, gentlemen. Yep. StockHack Innovation winner too. And good. You are live in Google. Cool. All right. Speak up, right?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right. So basically, the application that we designed from scratch was called Parrot Tweeter. The inspiration for the name came from, we combined the words parrot because it repeats back what it hears, tweet because our application uses Twitter. It was Parrot Tweet.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was Parrot Tweet. I just checked it out. Here Boot app, not apps. So basically, what our idea really targeted was businesses that were multinational or businesses that wanted to be multinational. We had the tagline, go from domestic to multinational in just one click. And basically what it does is it allows you through social media to contact a more, and get in touch with a more diverse customer base. What it does is you enter in a tweet, and let's say you want to hit different language speaking groups such as anything, Spanish, French, Italian. We had Norwegian in our demo, and it'll really allow you to, in just one click, you tweet, and then you select which languages you want, and it sends it out. But that would be better described by an actual demo of it.
All right, so that just walk through the process. Basically, Parrot Tweeter is a web application that
Speak up.
okay, yeah, It's just a web application, so it's like a website with a database on the other side.
Mike is all the way over
Yeah,
there.
it's all over
So
there.
just
Yeah,
project.
direction over there.
Okay. A website with a database in the back, and then the big part was to integrate APIs with other services. The APIs are just where you send a web request there and get information back. So Twitter had an API, and there was also a translation API. We pulled them both together to integrate them into one experience. And that was the unique of our app. So basically, if you want to use the app, you go make a new tweet, and you type in whatever you want, and any hashtags are ignored because they wouldn't translate well. But you select your languages, and we could add more languages later. We just randomly picked a couple languages. And then you hit create tweet. It's gonna translate the tweet and also post the original tweet. So
If you want to actually hit Twitter, we can actually.
Yeah.
It's
it shows your translations here, but also if you go to Twitter.
Yeah, and boom, right here you can actually see.
Wow.
So it starts. The other ones below are actually the promote tweets, but you see this is the original in the native language. Whatever you want, hashtag StockCat. Then we hit German, Norwegian, Russian, and Arabic up there.
Very nice.
Another little nifty thing that we had was an analytics tab. So basically, you create these original ideas, these original tweets, you send them out to the public, and you want to know how well they're being received, what you're hitting, stuff like that. So basically, what we have here is, from the analytics page, you can see how often you're tweeting in what languages. So we have 6 tweets in German, 5 in French, 4 in Norwegian, 8 in Russian, 7 in Arabic. So if I was in charge of my company's social media, I would say, hey, we're really visible in the Russian demographic, but we need to reach out a little more in the Norwegian demographic. And one of the things that we were actually toying with the analytics is something that is really cool that it opens up the opportunity to, is you can see how well, if you create an original hashtag, you can see how well that hashtag is trending in regards to who's tweeting it. So like, we were using hashtag StockHack. So who was tweeting, hashtag StockHack, and it would also detect what languages were tweeting it as well, which is a pretty cool, pretty nifty idea. So you can see how well you're hitting those different things.
Yeah, so that was the future of it. And also, just want to say that it wouldn't have been much of an app if Jeff hadn't helped with the design.
Yeah, the design was all Jeff.
Yeah, if you haven't seen a website with that many styling, it's not pretty at all. You wouldn't know what to do with it, so.
For the design, we just kind of stole templates out of Bootstrap templates that were open source on the web. And the icon kind of resembles Twitter's. We just changed the color a little bit to make it more like a, parrot colors, and gave it a little beat.
Do we go to the about? We can show what languages we.
Oh, yeah, sure. Also, these are all the technologies we use. A lot of stuff was built to rapidly design an application, so that's how we got it together in so little time.
Yeah. You still used Ruby though, that's impressive. Okay.
Did you have an idea of this before you actually entered into it?
No.
Like, did it ever occur to you?
It was about 2 hours into the event when we were actually able to sit down and start discussing the idea, and it was actually Jeff who came up with it. It was like, what about this? And it was at that point we were like, all right, we're doing this. And we just hit the ground running from there. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure that we don't.
All right, so we have a couple pictures. If you mine the Twitter data from the event, right? So there were obviously people tweeting at StockHack throughout the event. If you mine the data, you will come back with these images here, right? I did it basically already, but it's cool. There's a lot of good stuff in these images. You'll notice like there's some cool stuff in here. Dawn is in here with her brother. Some kids on the couch here.
Dwayne's watching right now. Dwayne's on
Is he?
He's watching the stream.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So anyway, we looked at some of the Twitter analytics related to the Stock Hack event, and overwhelmingly positively received by the attendees. And on the internet, our sentiment is very positive. So you can actually gauge sentiment online based on the words that people use when they tweet at you, right? So we have an overwhelmingly positive sentiment right now, which is good, right? We want to be in the good zone. So there were a bunch of words that you can see were used to describe Stock Hack, including the word thank, which I thought was pretty cool, including HTTPS. Of course, we know that's important. So anyways, cool stuff. It was a fantastic event. It was a lot of fun. So that being said, the next one is scheduled for November 18th and 19th, 2017. It's going to be Saturday into Sunday again, noon to noon, just like last time. And if you're interested in volunteering or want to help out, you can email stockhack@stockton.edu, and we will very happily respond to that. So anyways, we look forward to the event. The last one was really cool. And as you can see, we got a lot of creative thought out of it. The kids came, they were engaged, and there were a lot of good outcomes. So including what we saw today, but also some of those other projects were fairly phenomenal as well. And it really came down to just a couple points in the end as to who took what, you know. So really a phenomenal job on the part of the students, and of course the staff that supported the event. There's so many people that came together, a lot of them in this room obviously, but others elsewhere, and yeah, it was something. It was something else. It was like a technology science fair. It came together. So the CSTA programming contest is coming up. I said it's March 17th. It's not this Friday, but the next Friday. Probably date on the slide, but anyways, in terms of the problems, last time I just want to talk a little bit about what kind of problems we saw on the competition, and talk a little bit about what we're going to see this year. So last time there were a lot of techniques employed, computation being one of the preferred techniques. A little bit regarding random, array list, formatted output, the kind of stuff that you would see in Programming 1 or Programming 2, or in an AP programming class in high school, let's say. There was a lot of input-output last time. This time, it's not going to be like that. There's not going to be a whole lot of standard input. So for the faculty out there that are listening to this or whatever, if you're trying to prepare your kids, teaching them the standard class is not really going to help them too much for this. So anyways, that being said, everything else up there is still really viable in terms of what we're looking at. We're looking at computation, we're looking at random, we're looking at recursion potentially, right? Conditional logic, you know, a variety of things, variety of levels, similar to last time. And you know, there's a call for judges. If you're interested in helping us out, we have some student volunteers from the CSIS program, some upper level classmen are going to be there. And we would like to pair them with a faculty judge if possible to help kind of officiate and judge the competition. So anyways, that's what we did last time. It seemed to work pretty well, and we'd like to repeat that. So if you're interested, you can email me directly. It's Demetrios.Roubos. You can find me on the directory here at Stockton. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick was the results from last time, because the results were really overwhelming last year. So I've been to many programming competitions, participated in many myself when I was a student, and it is not very common to see 6 out of 7 problems solved. So we had some real outstanding players last time, and you'll notice that for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ranks, we had teams that solved 5 of the 7 problems, with the 7th problem basically being impossible. You know, honestly, if we had somebody solve that problem, you know, we'd offer them a job or something, right? I mean, so anyways, the bottom line is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th had all solved 5 problems, which means that it came down to a tiebreaker in the end, right? So the way these contests are judged, which might be interesting, right? It's judged first in terms of correctness. okay? And the problem is either correct or it's incorrect. There's no middle ground. Either the solution is 100% or it's not. So keeping that in mind, to have 6 solved for first place was really incredible. And then for second, third, and fourth, it came down to the tiebreaker, which really comes down to time, okay? And that's really represented in the latency column. So the idea is to maximize the number that you've solved while minimizing the latency that has occurred. Now, the latency is represented by how much time it takes a team to solve a problem after somebody else has already solved that problem. So there's a latency timer so that basically you can judge how long it took a team to solve a given problem. So in the end, it did come down to one of these tiebreakers where latency was essentially what determined the victor. So anyways, you never really know what's going to happen. We plan to have 6 or 7 problems for this upcoming competition, so it should be, pretty good. And we'll see how the results go. But it will be teams of 3 at maximum. Last year we did have 1 team of 4, but that's not going to happen this year, hopefully. And anyways, they didn't place in the top 10 anyway, so it didn't really give them much of an advantage. But
who's making problem?
That's a very good question. So I'm making the majority of them, and I have a couple of CSIS students working on a couple of them. So we're going to put them all together. We will have, as we did last year, a solutions manual for the judges. So if judges show up, we will give them a packet that has both the problems and the solutions to those problems so that they can score the problems effectively. And part of the strategy too with pairing the students with the faculty member is that the students can kind of help navigate the system that we use for the competition, because it's very cumbersome trying to grade programs, right? So there's a contest submission system that we have where the kids in all the labs can submit to one repository, and then the judges in one room can grade all those things kind of in bulk, as it were. So the students typically help the faculty in terms of navigating the software, and the faculty typically help the students in terms of the efficacy of the problem, right, the solution. So it's a really good pair. So, and anyway, I'll be working out of that room too to kind of keep everything together. All right. So that's that as far as StockHack and CSTA programming competition. You're welcome to let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me directly. You can also email stockhack@stockton.edu for any additional information regarding StockHack. Okay? And again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
Once again, thank you for everyone who volunteered, all the staff, all the student participants. Gentlemen, thank you very much for doing a wonderful job. And for everyone who was involved with StockHack, what a wonderful, wonderful event that was. I'm looking forward to November. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm also
that'd be a lot of fun.
forward to November.
You guys look a lot different after getting to this week.
I know.
A lot more lively. I don't know if you guys or me as well, because I don't think my vision was too well. You were here all 24 hours, weren't you?
I was there for the 24 hours and I saw their presentation, and they did look decidedly different. 24 hours.
You guys been working on that here?
But it was worth it. It was worth every minute when I saw the presentation, because we were up front a lot, and we're running around taking pictures, so we didn't really see what it was that you were working on. A lot of the volunteers, and so when we did get to see the presentation at the end, it's like, wow, that's why we came. That's why we're here. We made every second one. Wow. Thank you.
It was so nice to see so many bright young minds, and to see how, like you guys said, you didn't come to your idea until maybe a couple hours into it.
Yeah.
So like, to see that actually come to fruition the way it did in less than 24 hours is incredible.
There were some teams that were like trying to change in the middle of the night, but they had already met with the judges.
Yeah,
they're like, can we change categories? And I was like, that was when we couldn't get Demetrios was gone for an hour or so.
Sure.
He went dark, we couldn't find him.
It's off the radar.
And I was like, I would just keep on keeping on with what you're doing. And
Yeah,
very funny.
that was great.
Yeah,
It was really great.
awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of the next one. You know, should be great. So, thanks once again, gentlemen, and everyone. Jersey Shore Science Fair. So this will be held here at Stockton, 8 a.m. to noon on March 18th. So that's 2 weekends from now. That's right after our computer science competitions. A lot of good stuff going on right here. Okay,
The
so
next day.
yeah, so anyone who want to help out with judging, please feel free to let someone know. Any computer science team association member, we greatly appreciate it if you are able to. If you are interested in volunteering, see there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Take care, guys. Be good.
Thank you.
Okay, so to volunteer, please go to www.jsf.us and click on the Judges app at the top. So I guess you can, I don't know, the judges choose 3 different age categories, or the participants choose 3 different age categories. I'm not really too sure. One of them is computer science, and college students are also welcome to serve as judges. Take up the college students, right? Okay, so we're gonna look into that. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. 13 project categories. I'm assuming that's 5 for participants and judges as well. So judges would judge more than one category and more than one project, obviously. Talk about the compensation. Demetrios already mentioned this, but it's Friday, March 17th, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. 125. Don't we have more than 125 participants? 132, you said, Michelle?
We have like 129.
129, but still, that's, you had to shut down the registration,
I had
right?
to shut it down after 3
Couldn't
days.
accommodate them all.
We had 80, like 82, or we had low 80s last year,
That's amazing.
and we could have easily, shut it down.
We would double it.
We doubled or tripled it.
Yeah, you have a 50% increase right here.
So if you've got more labs for next year and more judges, then
Start
maybe.
building them.
Start working on that now.
Exactly. So anyone who's interested in volunteering, if you are available, and do we have any faculty members here? Oh, Michelle is, but I know you're probably.
I'm old lady.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully someplace warm. That's gonna be cold. Okay. Awesome. Good for you. Awesome. And if anyone wants to add any more donations, that'd be great. Mary Ann, thank you for doing a wonderful job collecting prizes, and you know, the students are going to be very thrilled. So thank you for your hard work on that.
Do you want to mention what prizes we've got over there?
Yeah, you want
En route out of Egg Harbor Township donated, how do you say it, Lenovo
Lenovo?
laptop.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
then, Sam's Club gave $25, and then Mike Sweeter was kind enough to get a hold of Frank at Foxtel, and they gave 2 headsets, charger, 5 tablet cases, 2 laptop cases, and am I forgetting something?
The power pack.
And a power pack, right?
Yes.
Yes, and yeah, that's right. Very nice.
Awesome. Thank you. So those of you out there listening in Cyberland, tell your students there's some good prizes.
We're doing the Cyberland event.
All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, tentative schedule, March 15th. This is for Central New Jersey and Northern New Jersey chapters. March 15th for Northern New Jersey at Drew University. April 5th for Central New Jersey at Rutgers. And I don't know if that Pi game plus question mark?
Python game.
Python game, thank you. Sorry, I'm pretty, I teach finance, so please. All right. And then May 17th, Northern New Jersey at Keene University, and July and August for computer science for high school at Keene and Rutgers. And also join the Google group. You can see it will be available to you on the presentation as well when it's sent to you. Okay, future meetings, more future meetings. May 10th is our meeting. Okay, we discussed that, but I guess I said it enough to remember to come. Summer meeting is to be determined yet. I think sometimes we might coordinate that. Do we coordinate that with the
We did, but STAC is not on a Wednesday, or on the right Wednesday
Sure,
for us to do
sure.
that,
Okay.
so
So
we're
that's
gonna
it.
pick another date.
Yeah, that's to be determined. Then we have September 13th, we would do officer elections, November 8th, and January 10th. Future topics that might be discussed. We did mention that we might have somebody from the division, New Jersey division of the FBI in computer forensics. We have the Raspberry Python robotics, Verizon representative possibly, college and career-ready students, tech center, and any Googlers. So we have a couple guys that do teach at New Harbor Township who are involved with getting their Google certification, so maybe we can get some of them to come speak.
Kathy has hers too. She's Google.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you'll be on.
Nice.
Are you teaching this event coming up?
No.
Oh, you're very smart. Awesome.
No, I just got trainer in January.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. It's a big accomplishment. Very cool. Okay, any member comments, any news? We had news, Kathy, just guessing.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't realize what you meant. You mean the one in EHC?
One EHT.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Do next
I
week.
had to get out of that one. I said.
Yeah, no.
And so any news for the upcoming events? Any member comments?
I just wanted to tell everybody about a great resource for people interested in chemistry. The website is chemed.org.
CHEMED. CHEMED.
Yeah, so they have an annual competition called You Be the Chemist.
Oh,
And
cool.
on their website, they have probably about 200 experiments with all the details, what's required to do the experiment. And they train the teachers, so teachers can apply, so they train you free of cost. And schools can request those teachers who are trained to come to their schools and help with the experiments.
Oh, wonderful.
So definitely you should check this out. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing that.
That is fantastic.
We have that down for the minutes. Right?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Any other comments, upcoming events? Anything for the good of the order?
I just wanna, actually, the last comment is if you do wanna participate in the call tomorrow night, please go to our website and click on the link here to get on that call for tomorrow if you wanna go to, if you wanna participate in the CSNJ session that we're having.
Thank you, Michelle. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Once again, on the news, comments, questions, next meeting we know is May 10th. Let's get over again. Ready?
Next meeting?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this one, but I will.
What was it again?
May 10th. You know, one thing they tell you in school, right, to repeat something that's important over and over and over again, eventually it sinks into your brain, right? So, hopefully, exactly. My brain's mush right now. Okay, so motion to adjourn the subcommittees?
We don't have to adjourn if we've completed the agenda, we just adjourn.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'm used to my meetings.
Robert's rules, I think,
Okay.
that's what I was taught.
Oh, you're right.
Mike Kozik said so.
Oh. Cool, then we don't have to. Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great evening. Thanks for coming. Thanks for viewing. Thank you, Michelle, for everything you've done.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she said we'll take care of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to hang out here.
Oh, that's all the way.
And that.
Yeah, I think this is really nice. We're going to college.
Oh, my God.
And I like that it had the backpack and the handle. I thought that was really cool. Truxell gave that. This came from